In this video, I will show you how to create a unique chart, how to set the parameters, and how to style it. Let's get started. You can find the chart widget in the Widget tab within the Visualizer group. Let's create one now. You can easily resize the selected chart by holding down the left mouse button on the widget's edge. The same can be done in the Transform group by entering values for width and height. To modify the default properties of the chart, go to the Inspector tab and navigate to the Chart group. From the drop-down, you can choose the appearance of the widget. By default, Line is selected, but you can also choose Bar or Scatter. The number of points determines how many units the diagram's line should be divided into. Let's set it to 5. You can also use division line count X and Y to split the chart into grid units horizontally and vertically. For X, let's set it to 4, and Y will be 5. If you enter a value twice as large for zoom X and Y, the widget will zoom in on its content, automatically showing a scroll bar at the top and bottom in play mode. However, let's stick with the default zoom for now. You can modify 3 axes X, primary and secondary. Under the chart group, open the X-axis section and start by adjusting this axis. The major and minor ticks refer to the larger and smaller unit lines on the X-axis. Let's set the major tick length to 15 pixels. You'll notice that it increased the length of the larger ticks on the axis. Leave the major tick count at 5 for now. The next 2 fields, minor tick length and count, work similarly to the major ticks. I'll set the minor tick length to 4 and keep the count at 2. If you don't want numbers to appear below the axis, simply click the labels on X-axis checkbox to hide them. Now let's open the primary Y-axis section to edit the left side axis of the chart. The primary range min specifies the minimum value for the axis, and Y range max specifies the maximum value. You can also adjust the tick length and count, as mentioned earlier. I'll set the major tick length to 12 and the major tick count to 3. For minor ticks, let's keep the length at 7 and the count at 2. The font size on primary Y-axis determines the distance from the chart where the ticks are drawn. If I increase the major tick length to 50, there won't be enough space for the labels. However, adjusting the font size will allow both the label and the long tick to fit. Next, let's open the secondary Y-axis section to edit the right side axis of the chart. The adjustable parameters are the same as in the previous section. Let's change some values here as well. In the chart data group, you can set the color for your data series. Let's choose orange. From the drop-down under axis, select which value axis you want to anchor your data to. In the data field, enter the actual values that will appear on the chart. Let's add another data series using the Add Series button. This one will be white. Don't worry, we'll soon set the background color of the chart area to make the white data series visible for now. I'm changing the values in the data field. Alright, let's move on to styling the chart. In the Style Settings section, open the background part in the Style group and change the color of the chart area to light blue from the Theme Color dropdown. I have saved the project colors in advance with a new feature of SquareLine Studio 1.4.0, which I can modify at any time in the Themes tab. You can learn more about the global colors and themes feature in a previous video. I'll also set a gradient color, which will be dark blue this time. Turn on the gradient direction and select the vertical option from the dropdown. In the line section, you can set the color and width of the grid lines. I'll set a theme color for it from the drop-down menu. You can customize the thickness of the lines with the line width. Scrolling down in the Style settings, you can change the width of the data series lines by opening the Style Items section. I'll set it to 4. Next, open the Style Indicator section and in the Outline block, I'll change the color of the indicator outline to light blue and set its width to 2 pixels. In the Style Ticks section, you can set the color and width of the unit lines next to the axes by clicking on the line. I'll set the theme color to tick. By opening the text block, I can set the color of the texts to white. This can also be done by opening the theme's color. The only thing left is the size of the indicator and its shadow. This can be modified by clicking on Size in the Indicator section at the bottom. I'll set it to 15. By opening the shadow, I'll set the shadow theme color and write a value of 30 for the shadow width. The type of the chart can be changed at any time, for example to bar, and it changes the appearance of the chart with the values given so far. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified about our latest videos on time.